Return now to that breaking news and Robin Williams' death. Tonight, Williams' representative released a statement saying the actor and comedian was battling severe depression recently. Depression is one of the mental illnesses most commonly associated with suicide. And as RTV6's Katie Hines explains, it's affecting hundreds of families right here in Indiana.
Yeah, Todd, to give you an idea of how widespread this is, someone in the U.S. dies by suicide every 13.3 minutes. And here in the Hoosier State, more than 800 people died in 2009. You could call it a mother's instinct. Lisa Bretan knew something was wrong.
Our primary reason for going to the doctor was just his chronic sleeping, excessive fatigue, and wanted to sleep 14 hours a day.
Her son Kurt was diagnosed with depression. 4 years later, during his first semester at Ivy Tech, the 19-year-old went missing. He told his mother on the phone he was sorry.
And we found him about an hour and a half later.
Kurt had committed suicide. 8 years later, the pain is still fresh.
Some days I'm not so triggered by little things, and other days every little thing makes me cry.
The tragedy spurred her to act. Bretan started the Indiana chapter of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention.
So just because I wanted to get after the illness that came after my son.
The nonprofit organization is one of several aiming to educate and prevent suicide.
Thoughts of suicide and depression, mental illness, substance abuse doesn't discriminate against age, gender, race. It affects everyone.
Anger, substance abuse, and social withdrawal are all warning signs. So is impulsive behavior.
Any drastic changes, whether it's sleep patterns or your appetite or your social engagement.
If you notice any of these, St. Vincent licensed clinical social worker Mandy Grella says act.
Ask some questions. If your loved one is mentioning that they've had thoughts of hurting themselves now or in the past, that you might ask them, are you having those kind of thoughts now?
The state of Indiana has taken steps to increase awareness and education on this topic. All new teachers at this point are required to take suicide prevention and intervention training programs, and there are many resources available. If you are in crisis, call the National Suicide Prevent Lifeline. That number is 1-800-273-TALK, and there are local hotlines too. We're in the process of putting all of this information and more resources on our website. Just go to RTV6.com. Reporting live, Katie Hines, RTV6.